Let's go, Penix.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Before I came up in the game, these hoes didn't show no love. They see me in the club and used to treat me like a scrub. They wouldn't holler cause my dollars wasn't swollen up. I bet they changed their mind when them 84s come rolling up. They seen that I'm a star, now they wanna sit in my car. Now they wanna count my G's, smoke my weed and sip my bar. Now they used to love to diss me, now they rush to hug and kiss me. Now they telling all their friends when I leave how they miss me. Now 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low cause Mike Jones about to blow. Before the ice was in my grill, before I got my major deal, these hoes wouldn't give a damn if I was here. Shit, I said before the ice was in my grill.
Season around here, man. Y'all know what season it is.
I said before the ice was in my grill, before I got my major deal, these hoes wouldn't give a damn if I was here.
Let's get it. Mike Penix, baby.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
I remember back then, most of them hoes couldn't stand me, but now them same hoes begging me to pull down their panties. A couple of them said I was cute, but I was just too chubby. Same size, a year later, the same hoes wanna fuck me because they see me paid, pimping pins, working my jelly, and they ain't tripping cause my pockets stick out more than my belly. They know I'm paid, living laid in the shade, 2 slabs in the Escalade with 4 or 5 mistakes. They know that I got it made. I'm a motherfucking baller. She would want a nigga now, but I ain't got no time to call her. I'ma stall her like she styled me. Now she tryna call me. Bitch, I'ma dog your whole ass like you dog me. I'm Mike Jones, don't act like you don't know the name. Ain't nothing changed but my change, I'ma stay the same. I'm Mike Jones, don't act like you don't know my name. Ain't nothing changed but my change, I'ma stay the same.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Before my paper came, before I got my fame, these hoes that popping on me now didn't even know my name. They said my flow was lame, they said I had no game. I told them I was finna blow, they thought I was insane. But then my name start blowing up quick. Now they jumping on my dick, cause they see me on the rise and know now my paper thick. But then my name start blowing up quick, now they jumping on my dick, because they see me on the rise and know now my paper thick.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Oh, man, I tell y'all something. Hey, first of all, second live of the day. Y'all know what to do if y'all are new over here. Hit notification bell. As you can tell, I'm excited here. I'm excited. I got life back in me. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen, obviously not forcing anyone to do so, but go second live today. You would feel so kind to chip, just $1 or $2 to the Cash App would very much appreciate it. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Because I believe I was on the toilet taking a dump earlier when the news broke, and man, I didn't tell you, obviously, just all of all of. So I want to go ahead and first of all say that I did not expect that they were going to bench Kirk this season. I thought that, as I said earlier in my stream, recapping the Raiders game, I thought that he would stay him most likely get moved on from in the offseason. But the play had just gotten so bad over the past 5-6 weeks since that game, that disaster in New Orleans. There is no choice, I feel like, but to put Michael Penix in as quarterback, because you were quite literally losing any sense of life. And you even saw it last night when you barely won against the Raiders. That even though you got the win, clearly nothing was changing. And that your offense was only regressing when you're supposed to be hitting your stride. You're at that point in the season. You're supposed to be hitting your stride. Now you just saw a constant regression. And something had to be done. Let's be very clear about that. The Falcons had to do something. And that something was putting Michael Penix in as quarterback, was beginning the Michael Penix era a little bit earlier than I think everyone anticipated. But had to happen. There was easily no choice but to make that, to say that on draft night, I was very displeased with the pick. I did not understand the pick. I thought the pick was stupid because just 6 weeks prior, and this is going to be an absolute mess this offseason dealing with, signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal. I did not understand the pick, and I thought the pick was stupid. But now, I've been proven wrong, and gladly so, because most teams, when their quarterback syncs it up, they just got to take it on the chin. The Falcons, honestly, I really felt like for most of the season, they felt like there was a plan. And let's be clear. The plan was not for Michael Penix to be the quarterback week 16 of 2024. I do believe that there was truly a 2 to 3 year plan they originally had sought out for him. Just to the playoffs, look solid playing the quarterback position, and Penix would really learn and be able to grow. And honestly, a lot of us put the year 2027, I think, on by the time we can expect Michael Penix. Instead, it lasted 14 games. Into this, there's no going back. This isn't just a one-game decision. This is Penix is this team's franchise quarterback, and now it is time to see what he's going to do. It is time to see what he is capable of. I feel like we all have a lot of expectations for Michael Penix. But ultimately, I feel like we got number one. He is this is still his rookie season, and I feel like with 3 games left with Penix and how he performs these 3 games, it's really going to be kind of tough to really judge off of it and say how much of a large sample size did you get. But let's be clear about one thing. This is a move that is going to put life back into this offense and is going to excite this offense. If I'm Drake London, I am very happy right now. If I'm Darnell Mooney, I am very happy. I'm absolutely thrilled right now because now this offense, the earth, thrilled with this right now because this was how this team had been playing offense the past few weeks was not sustainable. With what we saw from Kirk in that Chargers game, in the game versus Minnesota, the Broncos game, and really the game yesterday, this offense was compromised. This offense was not able to get anything going. They were predictable. They were stalling on drive. Raheem Morris said it today. He said it earlier today. Announced. For the case of Raheem Morris, I do not believe that Raheem Morris just woke up this morning. Obviously, that it's a long flight back from Vegas. So I don't believe that they just got on the plane. And obviously, it's about a 4-hour flight. So it's a lot of things to think about. But for the entire season up to this point, you really reflected on everything and you stuck to Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. Until today, when obviously last night I feel like was kind of the first no, it wasn't directly defending Kirk like we were used to from the media, but at the same time it was a lot of what we saw very much Kirk being held accountable. And when they really got back in today, I feel like it was a no-brainer. But it's not just a decision you make overnight. You don't just switch from Kirk as our guy to let's put Penix in, especially after a win. I truly believe that this came from either Terry Fontenot, may have come from Rich McKay, because I'm still telling y'all, I still believe that Rich McKay has say in this football team. I think there's a lot of say. And maybe even it wasn't him directly, but a messenger got to Raheem Morris that you have to make this move. Or maybe it was the big guy himself. Maybe it was Mr. Arthur Blank. Gonna cut our loss. You have to pull the trigger on this. My bet is that this was a largely fueled vibe that I get from this. I feel like this was a Terry Fontenot, but I really feel like this was a Terry Fontenot. Because Terry Fontenot's trying to save his ass. He's trying to save his job. So you had to do something. And it has to be putting this rookie out. And we've been talking all season about how we're not getting any contribution from our rookie class. Now we're going to see plenty starting this Sunday. But this was not a Raheem Morris decision. This was a Terry Fontenot decision, and I think there were probably other people involved, and Arthur Blank had to sign off on it. Now I feel like the big question for this team is going to become for the offseason, how do you manage this Kirk Cousins contract and getting him off of this football team? Because this is very much ugly. With these contract numbers, because either way, 2025, we're gonna have to take it on the chin. We're gonna have to take it on the chin some way or another. So let me pull it up. I know someone posted it. Because it's a whole lot of stuff that can that goes into it. So if the Falcons were to cut Cousins prior to the start of the 2025 year, they would have $65 million in dead money. That's almost certainly not going to happen. That would be almost impossible to manage. If they were to trade him, the acquiring team, so the Falcons would just be responsible for the $37.5 million. Now, obviously, I think the ideal circumstance is going to be that the Falcons are going to fight for Kirk Cousins this offseason. Now, the one thing is Kirk does not have a no-trade clause, but I easily would have to assume at this point Kirk is going to want to waive that. The one team I would look at right now as it is a possibility, and it's really the only one that comes to mind at the moment, is the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis is clear. And yes, they don't have a good record, but you look at teams like Las Vegas and New York, they're going to be picking guys like Shedeur Sanders and Cam Wurzel, unless Tennessee, they want to take a risk on the project Jalen Milroe out of Alabama, Roll Tide. They could go that route, but I could see a team like Tennessee doing that. But let's be clear, that is a contract that I don't know if any team is going to want to take on. So what you're probably likely looking at is the Russell Wilson situation. They're going to cut him. He's going to be paid the money. You're going to take it on the chin. They will likely say that for that, so now let's be clear. There's a lot of stuff about it is a trade, so it could happen, but at the same time, the Russell Wilson approach, it really could be that. God, I know I had everything with everything. God, who the fuck? But I do know that if it was a post June 1st cut, it will definitely be better for the team. It will be a little more manageable. So that is likely what we're looking at. Maybe someone like the Tennessee Titans trade him, where obviously the Falcons are going to have to still eat a lot of money. Now, with the cap going up, the Falcons have put themselves in a spot where they could probably take on that 37.5, but still, it is going to be tough to manage for next offseason. I feel like ideally for the Falcons, having to deal with, obviously the hope was we'd be able to get another big free agency signing this offseason. That's probably not going to happen at this point. um, you're really gonna have to eat where you really don't have a lot of picks, and you could see some cap casualties. I could definitely see David Onyemata being one. It's definitely possible. Cadence, I really hope it doesn't happen. I hope they could rework his deal to where he could be a Falcon for life. It's a harsh reality, even though I do think Grady would be willing to rework for years onto it. Hopefully that is the case, but you're definitely going to see some cap casualties this offseason because this is, you're going to have to take this on the chin. You are. This did not work out. And who, look, it's got to be Arthur Blank. I really feel like it has to start with Arthur. This was big. Arthur Blank wanted a plan at quarterback, and it ended up not working. But luckily, you ended up drafting someone, and now we'll see if he is the answer. I'm going to say this. I hear some people saying, they feel bad for Kirk. Consider the guy's, still a family man. He's a good father. He's a good husband. He's a good Christian. I'm not denying any of those things. Yeah, I'm sure Kirk is a great father. I'm sure he's a great Christian. But the thing cannot begin to understand where people can feel he's going to get paid $180 million to sit on the bench for the rest of this year and then get his ass cut. So ultimately, Kirk has no one to blame but himself. He has no one to blame but himself. It is now Michael Penix season. It is now Penix season. So 3 games left. I've been talking about it earlier. Can Michael Penix Jr. get this team to absolutely bring life to this offense? I was saying this. The Falcons offense became too predictable. It was out of the same 2-3-4 formations where you saw just a lot of pistol. You saw a lot of 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver sets when you were running the football. It was becoming too predictable. This is really going to benefit him because now something that he has not had the luxury of having, they're now going to have to really respect the back end or go of an arm, and he can let the thing rip. And for someone like Drake London or someone like Darnell Mooney, that that's why I say those two, they're going to have someone that is, I guarantee, that can get them the ball at a consistent with Michael Penix. But as far as Bijan Robinson goes, he's going to really, I feel like you're going to see him be able to easily get past the first level. You're going to see this is really going to open up a lot of what Zach Robinson can do. We're really going to see a Zach due to the nature that Michael Penix Jr., even though he's not a scrambler, he's not going to go off, for is he can get out of the pocket. He can make plays happen. He can bootleg. He can play action formations. Now, he is a dynamic player, and he is going to allow the other dynamic players on this offense to really be able to just tape on him. There's close to no tape at all on Michael Penix. Listen, very exciting. Very exciting, very exciting, very exciting. The 3 games left. Home versus the Giants this Sunday. And by the way, man, Michael Penix making his debut with this team. Cherry on top. That's just the cherry on top of everything. Chef's kiss. Washington Daniels. That is going the tough one for the Falcons remaining, and then closing out the season at home. About it. We're going to have to hope Tampa loses once, and we're going to have to take advantage. But this is a very exciting time. This now, I really hope in the Falcons franchise at the quarter of someone. Now, so listen, whatever happens, happens. Obviously, look, I think it is unfair to expect Penix to go out and sling for 400 yards on Sunday. It's unfair to expect that. But what you can expect is the offense to look more loose, the offense to look more balanced, and just more of an easy flow, man. That's what I need to see. I need to see this offense looking like something that can be materialized. And I feel like you're going to get that with Michael Penix, something you were not getting with Kirk Cousins. But now listen, there is no excuse anymore. Let's say that also. There's no excuse anymore. It is now time to go out, and it's time to get to work. I really feel like for the rest of this year, you still definitely want to see this team lean into the running game. But you are now going to see this offense be able to open up. You're going to see some RPOs. You're going to see a lot more play action, obviously. It's exciting, man. It is. You really don't have the words for it right now other than you're just excited to see it. You're excited for the era to begin. You're excited for the Michael Penix era. It is time for number 9. It is time for Mike Penix, baby. Anyways, with that being said, it's in about it. Very exciting. Very intriguing. And obviously I'll be back later in the week with my preview for the Giants game. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.